Howdy, y'all. My name is Bryce. I'm coming at you with some more Slime Rancher, and we are back in the Beginner's Challenge. Hello, little chicken. Let's move you away to a safer location where you don't end up, you know, getting eaten by these guys. So, we are back here in this Beginner's Challenge. We got a little bit of fruit over here, so we can go ahead and use a little bit of this while we wait for some things to happen. I appreciate y'all's questions and comments, mostly comments. I realize that most of y'all watching this probably are actually pretty experienced at the game, but I did see some of y'all out there really appreciated the new focus. Welcome if you're new to the channel, and if you're not new to the channel, then just thanks for watching anyways. Today, I think what we're going to try and focus on, excuse me, is mostly expanding the ranch, the area that we're going to actually be using, and getting into the moss blanket, and also kind of building up towards next episode doing things in the ruins. But if we can today, I would like to start getting going with science. Let's get these phosphors. Come here. Come here. I would like to do... Oh. I'd like to do maybe crystal phosphors here in a second. That might not be a bad thing. Which I'd have to look at my list. It's over there in the corner. I'll have to pull it up here in a second. In order to more easily ranch these guys. I think it would work if we did a phosphor crystal combo. But I brought these Q-berries with me so that we can... Oh, we got a tar. Let's keep going. Sorry, Tar. I don't have any water right now, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. Okay, so when you're coming out this way, I'll show you on the map. We're right here. Okay, and you see this little edge right here? Jump off of this, land on the ground, secret little cave. What's in the cave? The giant phosphor Gordo, and this is where we're going to get our second key. Now, the food that I just fed it was Q-berries, and Q-berries are the favorite food of phosphor slime, so that counted as double. So we just did like 22 points worth of food for that guy. So that's definitely something that we would like to... Give me these. There's always some heartbeats right there. So we'd always like to feed him as much as we can, and using the favorite foods, that'll make it go a lot quicker. And once we get that second key, we'll be able to get into the moss blanket and get some more new slimes. So this combo that we're about to do, let me pull up the name for it real quick. There is a list of my names in the description down below. Y'all give me comments for names when I don't have a name, and we use those names. So let's see, if we're gonna do, yeah, a crystal phosphor, we do not have a name for. So once we make this guy, then y'all can also suggest down below. Oh, look at this. I just noticed this. Look at this guy. This little slime. He's got little eyes. This little slime guy. It's great. So y'all give me suggestions down below of what you think would be... Oh, there's so many of these. What you think would be great names for the crystal phosphors. Once we see it, you know, you want to make sure you look at it so you kind of make the name based off of the actual slime itself. And from there, we will... come up with a name. So next episode, we'll have a new name for those slimes that we're going to be using. I always love that. I always love using combinations that I haven't really used in the past. Y'all, these phosphors, these pink phosphors, the nightlights, they are so crazy. They always fly all the way into my ranch. It is quite obnoxious. Get out of here. Get out of here. Like, this happens frequently. I think that they can tell that there's food all the way over here, and they just fly right for it. All right, so we need to make ourselves enough money to actually be able to buy another plot. And we're actually going to need quite a bit for this plot, because we're not only going to be able to, or have to, put the slimes in here, but because we're using phosphors, remember I told you that phosphors, they're light sensitive, right? We're gonna also have to contend with that issue. Oh, whoops, wrong side, I guess. Okay, good. Our heartbeats are starting to grow. That's what I was hoping would happen soon. So we'll be able to feed these guys, get a lot of plorts, and then we'll be able to make these slimes good. Because what we're gonna need is we're gonna need an air net, we're gonna need a solar shield, and that's, you know, that's gonna be necessary. It's gonna be necessary. All right. So sometimes it is good to just kind of focus around your ranch. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's use the... Oh, we don't have either of these. Goodness. Okay, well, let's get the nutrient soil, I guess. Well, first things first. Let's work on getting the second set of slimes. Let's read this letter really quickly while we wait for our food to grow. This one, I believe, is from Thora West. Thora West, you'll remember from the Hobson messages that Thora is actually the woman that Hobson has fallen in love with. All right. Welcome to the Range Exchange, Thora West. Hi there, Beatrix. The name's Thora West. I'll keep my introduction short on account that we all got work to do. I'm a long-time rancher here on the Far Far Range and ahead of the welcome wagon for your local Range Exchange. The Range Exchange is a network of ranchers just like yourself who are looking to trade what they got for what they need. Slimes, plorts, food, whatever. All you need to do is to check out the Range Exchange machine daily and be sure to get your trade completed by noon. As more ranchers get added to your network, you should receive a hearty hello from them, so check your inbox. Well, enough John. We both got slimes to wrangle. Adios, Beatrix. Thora. So, that's the Range Exchange, which we can now talk to you about. You might have seen it over here. This here's the Range Exchange. And it's pretty simple, actually. You can come up here if you want to check to see who's actually wanting the thing and what they'll give you for it. So this is from Thora, and she says, what are the odds the greenhorn beats y'all to this one? And she wants 1 roostro, 2 pink plorts, and 10 pink slimes. We have to get it by noon if we want to do it. We'll get 22 pogo fruits and 4 stony hens. Do I want to do this one? I don't know. I don't have a roostro. That's the only thing. We can go see if we can catch one real quick, because there are plenty of pink slimes out here, that's for sure. But the roostro is going to be the most tricky part. And we're still waiting for food to grow, so I want to do something while we wait in the interim. There's one spot where I think a roostro might pop up here, which would be over here. They sometimes appear, but because we just had all those tars come through and like destroy everything, I don't know what's going to be around. Oh, I think I see one. There we go. Roostro. Perfect. All right, so let's do this so we can demonstrate how the Range Exchange works. I'll be honest, I don't use the Range Exchange... let's use words. The Range Exchange too frequently. I find that oftentimes the amount of work you have to put in to get something out of it versus what you get from it usually isn't that worth it. But if there is something in particular you're looking for and you're having trouble finding it, then this might be the way to go about getting it. So there's our roostro. Okay, so now you'll see it says 1 of 1. So now we just gotta get the other stuff. So let's go grab 10 pink slimes. If we can even find them, because they're all turning into phosphor slimes. One thing I could probably do, if you get rid of slimes in an area, the but these ones can fly, so they're probably not gonna get eliminated. Then the other slimes will start to regenerate in the area. So sometimes they'll say, you know, some people will say create tars, and that will eliminate some of the slimes in an area. And that'll help you to get the base slimes, the basic slimes. Okay, we got 4, 5. Nope, come here. 6, 7. Oh, yep, some of them did fall. 8. 9. Need 1 more little pink slime. Come on, little pink slime. There's probably one down in here somewhere. This area is a whole lot bigger than you might think. The whole dry reef is much larger than you might think, because like the whole time that we've been playing, we've only basically gone this way. And let's see, did we go all the way around? We went to like this is about how far we've gone. This area right here, and that's it. Oh, and then here, this is where like the slime door is. So this is where we were when we got the phosphor thing. So this is all we've seen. So there's a lot more little hidden areas here that we just haven't spent any time looking at. But let's go. We'll put these 10 pink slimes in there, and then we'll just grab 2 pink plorts from within our corral over here, and we'll be good to go. So, I love when you put slimes in there, they like leave like the slime goo behind. Okay, give me all this stuff, y'all. Thank you. Come on. That was not a full harvest, let me tell you, unless I grabbed some earlier. Do we have the... Yeah, we do have the soil. Okay. All right, let's get y'all eating. Please. Now let's grab these 2 plorts real quick. And we will do this. Boop, boop. And there we go. Look at all that. Tons of stuff. We'll take these pogo fruits. And just simply because we're a little low on heartbeats, I'll throw some of these in there. They will eat them because they're pink slimes. So pink slimes will eat fruit as well. So, how much we got? We got 13. Oh, look, there's actually a bunch of heartbeats still left in here. Were they just not hungry? They must just not have been hungry. All right. Okay, so, let's Any more rock plorts? 1. Okay, let's go sell these. See how much money that gets us up to. Rock plorts are at 18. Ah, yeah, you'll see here we have dashes. So dashes mean that it hasn't changed at all. It's been the same price. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's figure out where we want to put these guys. I like to keep my corrals pretty far away from one another when I get the opportunity to do so. So I'm actually going to put these guys over here. So let's go ahead and let's get this going. And like I said, it's going to take a little bit because we're going to have to do the corral. We're going to have to upgrade it. We're going to have to get the high walls. We're going to have to also get the air net. We're going to also have to get the solar shield. So it's going to be a fair amount. But I can now at least put these crystal slimes in here, and they should be okay. Now, they eat vegetables, so if I want to feed them, I really am going to have to go ahead and come out here and grab a whole bunch of these just to feed them. And I will also grab a whole bunch of these plorts just because we can, because there's a lot of plorts out here. And that's often a really good strategy for trying to get moving in the game, is to run around and just grab all the wild plorts that are everywhere. There's going to be tons of them, especially in these areas. You're going to just find tons and tons of pink plorts all the time. They're not worth a lot, pink plorts, but they add up and they're freely lying around. If you're waiting on other stuff on your farm, it's a good way to just go ahead and get that. And also to kind of like clean out the area. It does kind of get overwhelming sometimes with the number of entities that have spawned. Okay, so one of the reasons that I wanted to get a move on with sciencey related stuff, here we go, y'all. Enjoy. Why is there a hen in there? How'd that chicken get in there? Come here, bro. You don't belong in here. I'm trying to get him without getting him, you know what I mean? Here. Come here. There we go. Okay. You don't want to be in there? All right. So we fed those guys. Now we'll let those things build up. Oh, jelly roll over there trying to escape. Okay, how much money can we get? So what I was going to say is the reason that I wanted to work on sciencey related stuff is because one of the most common questions that y'all had to do with the treasure crackers, how to get the ability to unlock the higher level treasure pods. And we will get to that hopefully later today, but I'll go ahead and give like a quick summary because I know some of y'all are just looking for that information. So to unlock the ability to unlock treasure pods, you need to get into the science area. So that's going to cost 10,000 plorts. It's a lot of plorts. Or not plorts, but new bucks. And once you get in there, you can build science machines. Press T. I can't do it right now because we don't have it unlocked, but you'll see that there are areas where you can put down science machines. Once you put down your first science machine, your first extractor, you unlock the ability to come over here and purchase the ability to unlock the first level of treasure pods. Then the next two, and these are the ones that people are often confused on, are the... should we get the plort collector? Well, I know first I want to get the stuff that's necessary. If I can get these crystal plorts over here, this will be great. Oh, don't... That's what I thought would happen. They're so small. Nope, get back here, please. I don't want you to cause troubles. So to get the other levels, what you have to do is you have to actually build things in the science area. So in order to get the level 2 treasure pod thing unlocked, you have to have built 35 gadgets in there. So that's important. Oh, yes, good. Crystal plorts are worth so much. So make sure to do that. You'll have to build 35 spaces, 35 gadgets. Then, all right, let's get the solar shield, please. Awesome. And now we can do this. Okay. And now I can feed those guys these things when they're grown, but oh, we're still waiting on them to grow because we don't have any of the upgrades on here. Woof. Let's grab some of these pogo fruits. This'll work. This'll work. Okay. Now, so then to get the highest level, so that's the purple and black treasure pods, you have to have built 100 gadgets. So it is quite a bit. All right, and here they are. These are the crystal phosphors. These are the ones, they need names. So come up with names. They have a really cool kind of like see-through thing where you can see the crystals on the inside. They're like translucent. I really like that about the phosphors. They're pretty cool. Now, we're not getting any plorts out of these yet because we're going to have to wait for them to all finish eating plorts to turn into largos. No extra food here. And no extra food there. So I'm going to go ahead and grab these stony hens. We're going to take these with us. We're going to head in a different direction right now. And yeah, let's also maybe grab some stuff along the way. Oh, you know what I should do? While we are waiting, because I know that these are going to be useful to me in the future. So I'm going to just go ahead and build them now. We're going to make another garden. And we're going to plant okas. These aren't going to be super useful to us right now. But we can use them to feed these guys a little bit if we want to. Let's grab all this food. But I know I will want those, especially when we decide to get some rad slimes. It's going to be useful. So, are any of y'all hungry? Really not hungry, huh? That's interesting. I feel like they're usually a lot hungrier than that. Well, we'll just leave all these in here. And let's get a move on. So, we're going to grab as many chickens as we can, and we're going to work on another largo while we head this way. And if we can get enough pogo fruits, we'll also try and feed the phosphor largo again. But, like I said, the main goal, we want to try and unlock the moss blanket while we're out here. We would like to try and get this key. We would like to try and get into the slime area, which is going to cost us a lot of money. But you'll see, now that we've got those crystal phosphors, and maybe if we get one more set of slimes by the end of this episode, we'll be really raking in the money. Once you... it escalates very quickly in this game. Getting... Oh, I was going to try and grab that guy, but he got eaten. All right, chicken. Thank you. Ooh, we just got a letter from Victor Humphreys. We'll have to come up with a nice voice for Victor Humphreys. All right, we've got 20 of those. That's great. We've got a lot of pink plorts on us, or around us, too. So let's go ahead and grab all the pink plorts. So I don't know if this will be enough pogo fruits after the amount of Q berries that we fed the guy before, but we should be pretty close, I think. So let's go feed him. This away. Look at all them little baby chicks. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump on down here. Whee! Continue to feed this guy. And I find doing this way works really well for me, is just running around and doing it in cycles. When you got the stuff, you do it, and then you move on to other stuff while you're waiting in between. Okay, so he's got to be really close to being finished eating. We're going to go through here. No heartbeats yet. Oh, leave me alone. These guys are real angry. Angry jelly rolls. All right, come here. They hungry. So there's a treasure pod level 1 right there. Okay. And that slime door there, let's check the map real quick. I'll show you. That slime door is right here, okay? It heads all the way back, and then this area is the Overgrowth, which is one of those expanded areas from the ranch. So once we buy this gate right here, we can walk along this way, and that's the Overgrowth, and then we can come out to here, and if we had another slime key, we could just go around like a big circle. So it's not a really necessary slime key. I think it's much more important to use your next slime key on the moss blanket, and then the next slime keys you get after that to go to the ruins here. And then there's a couple areas beyond that you'll want to save slime keys for. But if you've got extra, which you eventually will if you're getting all of the gordos whenever you see them, then you'll be good. So here's the other one that I wanted to show y'all. This tabby gordo. We just fed him some chickens, but he's going to need some more. And one of y'all in the comments told me that it would be useful to point this out, so I will. So thank you for the suggestion. That the tabby gordos and the rock gordos are always over the top of teleporters. Oh, and the tangle gordos. So those 3 types of gordos don't give you slime keys. They instead give you teleporters. The rest of the gordos give you slime keys. So just know that that's the general rule. Tabbies, rocks, and... tangles are on top of teleporters. Everything else is gives you slime keys. Get out of here. All right. So here's another green treasure pod. We're gonna come over here because there might be. Oh no! Don't want you to eat them. There might be a couple Q berries. Yeah. So that'll help us a little bit. This is the way you go to get to the moss blanket. The moss blanket entrance is right there. That's where we're gonna use our next slime key. And let's get a move on. By this point, I think that our stuff back at home should be about ready. So that'll be good. Let's go take these Q berries and let us feed this guy once again. Might be enough, might not, but either way, I think we should be really close to it. Ah, perfect. Perfect amount. There we go. So here's our next slime key. So we will go to the moss blanket here in a second. There's another treasure pod over there. So you can see now maybe why I really want to get the treasure pod stuff going. Oh my gosh, y'all are just insatiable. They ate that before I could do anything with it. My goodness. Leave my food alone. Okay. So yeah, now we got a slime key. We can get into the moss blankets. That's great. Oh gosh, that hurt. Oof. They do damage, man. Oof. Oof. Okay, leave me alone, please. All right, wow. Did you see how much my health dropped? We've got a new star mail from Casey as well, so we have 2 letters to read, so we should definitely do that. Whee! All right, let's head home. My goodness. Dangerous times. Okay, now, do we think we can get 10,000 bucks by the end of this episode? I think it's possible. I think if I focused on it, I could. Will it happen? I don't know. We'll see. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Grabbing random plorts. If I really wanted to make money, I'd go into maybe like the Indigo Quarry or somewhere else and gather up random plorts as well. But it's always a question of what's the better use of your time. Now, for this series, I am keeping the amount of slimes that I'm going to have in each pen relatively smaller than I usually do. Oftentimes, I'll jam like 20 or 30 slimes into one of these, and they'll be pretty much up to the brim, but you have to really focus on feeding those, and I want this to be a little bit more standard. So we're just going to keep kind of the standard like 10 to 15 slimes, 15 at the max, basically. Still waiting on those to grow, huh? That seems like that's taken too long. I wonder if I should be doing the trick. There's a trick that you can do where if you remove the plants and then plant them back, they grow twice as fast. I don't know. Maybe I should be doing that. All right, let's get some of these. Hopefully we'll be able to get enough plorts to upgrade a plort collector on those crystal phosphors, because those crystal phosphors are going to give us a huge amount of profit, because crystal slimes, for now, are the most profitable plort that we have access to. Y'all just ain't hungry. That's so weird. I guess I did. Oh, that's right. I did leave a whole ton of like pogo fruits on the ground and stuff. So let's just do this. This is my trick. Like I said, remember, you can just kind of stand in the corner and you'll just soak everything up, but without pulling out the slimes. I'll throw these back in there. Throw these back in there. Okay, cool. And the carrots. Y'all can have the carrots. Ah, now the heartbeats are going. See, it took like a second. Wow, they were like, that was like instant. Do-do-do-do, boop, boop, and boop. And y'all. Okay, cool. Let's get a plort collector on this. That'll just make my life so much easier. Okay, plort collector. Thank you. All right. Last thing we're going to do here. Let's feed these guys, because they're probably a little hungry. Let's give them all their favorite food. There we go. That was more of a full harvest. 14, yeah, 15. So for most foods, it's 15. For the base foods, so for pogo fruits and carrots, it's 20. And then there are some other foods that have a little bit rarer, like odd onions, have even less production. All right, y'all get to eating, please. We're just going to fill that place up. Now we got these okas, which we don't really need for these guys right now, but we can use that for another slime key as well. Let's go ahead and do this. And with all this money, I'm going to finally be able to buy some upgrades. Look at all those plorts, y'all. See, this is how you make the money. Get all them plorts. I want to buy some upgrades. And upgrades are really going to be the key to you being a little bit more efficient. Getting sprint boots and all kinds of things. Really helpful. Really quickly, I need to click outside of the window because my thing disappeared. There we go. Just had to check what time we were at. Wanted to know how far in we are. Okay. Let's pick all the rest of these. Doot. Any more in there? No? Okay, we're good. Oh yeah, there were a couple more in there. Yeah! Gimme, 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 gimme. Okay. Let's sell all this stuff. And we should be able to buy a couple upgrades. I'd like the tank booster. Probably the jetpack would be really good. Let's get the tank booster for sure. So now we're going to be able to hold 30 instead of 20 per slot. And yeah, let's get the jetpack. And then the water tank and the power core, dash boots. Those are all also going to be very useful for us. Now, did these guys produce any plorts in that little time there? I know they've got some food. And there could have been some plorts just hidden in a corner. Oh, look at all those plorts. Oh, we're going to have the money. So yeah, there were just a bunch of plorts probably just sitting in there waiting for me to find them. So that's going to give us a good chunk of change. I'm telling you, those crystal plorts. Look at those crystal plorts. 66 apiece. Pinks are 8 apiece. That's crazy. Look at all that money. All right, and the phosphorus, 26 apiece, not bad. We should try and get, I need some booms, I need some rads, I need some tabbies. Maybe little rad tabbies, or I think we have a name for those. Cat ions, I think. And then these are the higher level ones that it'll take us a while to get access to some of these. The hunters we can maybe get. So we can do like hunter. Gosh, if we did boom hunters, that would be dangerous. We could try it though. It would be a good demonstration of some dangerous things that you can get into. Maybe once we open up another area. Okay, so let's get the dash boots. I like those a lot. Water tanks, better to get earlier rather than later. Power core, for sure. Health, I don't really care so much about. And these guys still need a roof. Air net, perfect. Okay, now I think everybody should be good to go. We are going to take these Oka-Okas with us, because there is a Gordo that I would like to feed while we're out and about. Oh, and let's look at our letters really quickly. I just noticed that they're blinking at us, so why not? So we got 2 star mails. We have one from Casey and one from Victor. Let's do the one from Victor first, and then we'll do the one from Casey. So, this is Victor Humphreys, slime scientist. Okay.
Salutations, Miss LeBeau. Victor Humphreys. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Victor Humphreys, professional slime rancher, slime scientist, and amateur musician. My understanding is that Ms. West has already informed you of how the range exchange works, so I will spare you any further education. Instead, I'll illuminate you on what you can expect from my own requests. As a slime scientist/rancher, I have a tremendous interest in the liqueform legion that we share the vast range with, the slimes. My studies often keep me from venturing out of the range daily, and when I find myself short of a particular species, I use the range exchange to fill that gap. Don't worry though, I will reimburse you handsomely for your efforts. Good luck in your new venture, Ms. LeBeau. I look forward to seeing life breathed once again into the former Twilligers Ranch. Sincerely, Victor Humphreys. P.S. I once lost my favorite fiddle while fleeing a feral boob slime. Its value is only sentimental, but should you find it, I'd very much love to be able to play it again.
So this is something that I hope eventually gets put into the game. We do know that version 1.3.0, which is coming quite a bit down the ways because we're currently in 1.0.1D, and the next update will be 1.1.0, etc. But in 1.3.0, it's Victor Humphreys, or it's Victor's Slimulations, and it's got all these slime simulations that we're going to have access to. Maybe they'll add the fiddle in then, and we can get him his fiddle finally. All right, from Casey, my pet cactus. Casey. Hi, Mia. I bought a cactus from you. Well, sort of. When I came back home, it was one of the only things left in your shop. It was a lonely little guy, so I decided to adopt it. You know I kill every plant I touch, but I promise you this one will last. I mean, if I can't keep a cactus alive, then clearly something is wrong. When I look at it, I think of you out there on the range, doing your thing. Hope you're okay. Casey. Aw, Casey looking out for us. You should be able to send a message back. Or not send a message back, you know what I'm saying? Like, it gives you a choice. Reply or don't reply. Oof, that'd be heartbreaking. Okay, let us get a move on. So now we've got ourselves some upgrades. We've got ourselves a jetpack. Look, we can float! And the jetpack's really great. It really is going to open up a lot of access for us to a lot of areas. So we're going to go open up the moss blanket. We'll do some things in the moss blanket. And part of me is wondering if I want to go drop off these Oka-Okas first. Let's drop off the Oka-Okas first. So we're going to go through the Indigo Quarry real quick. Oh, actually, no. We'll do this first. We'll go to the moss blanket first because of the time of day. So I'm just going to have one slot that's kind of taken up by this food. But that's fine because the main thing that we want to find while we're out in the moss blanket is, if we get lucky, a hunter slime. Those guys, it would be great to have some hunter slimes. Mint mangoes, those are going to be a great food for us to have if we can get them. And that's mostly it of what we're looking for out here. Honey slimes are great. If we can find a bunch of honey slimes, that'd be great. There's also boom slimes. We can get boom slimes elsewhere, though. These guys are dangerous. And yeah, I think that pretty much covers what we would want to get while we're out there. Also, just fruit to feed to another Gordo while we're out here, because there is another key-bearing Gordo here. Got some hens. Okay. Here we go. Slime key to the slime door. All right. Let's do it. So now this area is a little bit tricky to get out of, so I want to point out to you, you don't need a jetpack, but it's a lot easier if you have a jetpack coming in here, because you have to jump down in here. Okay. And, oh, look at all these cute little slimes. Got a puddle slime down there. Okay, no food yet. So, the thing that makes it difficult is that right here, this is where the exit is. And so to get up here, you either A, use a jetpack, which is super easy, or B, do a Largo bounce. which is a little bit trickier. But you can jump and shoot that down below you. Oops, I accidentally held space, so I did jetpack a little bit. So I want to make sure that I don't do that. So you can do that, see? I didn't jetpack it all that time. It made the sound, but that's just because it happens when I jump. But you... Oops, look out, little buddy. Oops. You just jump and you shoot. Ah, the little tabby's messing it up. You jump and you bounce yourself off of that, and that gets you up on here, okay? It's a tricky way to get out. You can also, if that doesn't work out for you, you can go all the way to the end, and there's a teleporter, and that'll take you home. So it's not like you're going to be stuck here if you jump down and you don't have the thing. But the quickest way out is up this way, and you'll see it takes you over here. And there's a treasure pod down there, level 2. And then you jump up here, and then you're back up top, right? You can jump down there. You can jump back down into the stairwell. So there is a way out this way to go back the way you came. But if you don't have that, they generally want you to run all the way to the edge of this area. Okay, so let's keep moving. We'll look at a couple of things. What do we got? Oh, and there was a Hobson message back there that I'll check later. Let's check this Hobson message.
The moss blanket may seem like an ancient jungle of sorts, but the fact is that much of what you see here wasn't even around when I first began exploring this land. At this rate, I reckon that it won't be long before the greenery completely overtakes the far range. H. Oh boy, it's spreading. So if we come this way, you'll see there are 2 areas, and actually let's get the map node for this in a second, but there are 2 directions that you can kind of head from within here. The map node is right up here. So if you want to expand your map for this area, which of course you should, you'll just want to... Oh, my energy's low. Oh, dang. Just give it a second. Gotta wait for my energy to come back. Just unlock the pulse wave upgrade. It's an alright upgrade. I use it more often than I thought I would. Alright, here we go. Map node. Okay, so we're going to first go into this area, and then this leads to kind of a secondary area on the outside of the map. And then there's like the inner track of the map. And then here is the teleporter that leads us home, okay? So if you go this way, all right, which does not require a jetpack, you're going to encounter a lot of honey slimes. There's some good stuff in this area, and then you head out here. You can also take a little path down here, and that'll get you into this secret area. Or what you can do, what we're about to do, which is go down this way. Up here is where the honey gordo is, by the way. And you can go across this bridge area, and there's this whole zone out here. It's a very pretty area, so we're going to go that way. And there's more likelihood that we're going to run into some hunter slimes going this way. And hunter slimes are one of the more valuable slimes. They're also a little bit rarer, so we're going to hope that we get lucky. They do appear around here sometimes now. These are honey slimes, by the way. These are one of my favorite slimes. They are so adorable. Here's a water that we can actually get access to here. So I'm going to go ahead and get some water in case we run into any tars. And I will quickly show y'all that... Oh, come on. Let's get up here. This is where the honey gordo is. So if you had some fruit, because honey slimes only eat fruit, you can feed this guy and get another slime key. So if you chose to open up the moss blanket before you opened up the indigo quarry, that would be a good second or third slime key for you to get. Okay, now we're looking for hunter slimes. They're going to be kind of hard to see because they can go invisible. But even if we just find some hunter plorts, we'll be good. As long as I hold on to them. Okay. Hunters, anywhere? I really am keeping my eyes open, y'all. Wide open. Where you at, little hunters? Puddle slime. Oh, have you ever picked up a puddle plort? No, we haven't. Okay. Did I just see one? I thought I saw one. Being really, really cautious here. Because they're very hard to see. Unless they're like right in front of you. Where you at, little hunters? Okay, looks like we're not having any luck over here. Oh, but now, oh, there's one! Hello! Got him. That's a hunter slime. Perfect. Let's grab those plorts too while we're at it. And there's also a tar, so I can show you guys. Where's the tar? Use your water, y'all. Use your water. Get wrecked, tars. Get wrecked. And that's how you deal with tars. Now, one thing to point out is that there is a difference between water and the slime sea, okay? If you jump into the slime sea, you're going to get teleported back to your ranch,
You're going to have lost a lot of your goods, unless you have the dock open, in which case you might get some of them back. Oh, more hunter slimes. See how they were kind of invisible? Isn't that cool? So if you fall in there, you're in trouble, okay? That's the slime sea. That's the big bordering watery area. You'll see it kind of has this shimmering effect to it, okay? Water on the map has this nice bright blue. So you can definitely, if you look at the map, you can definitely tell if what you're looking at is water or if it's the slime sea. So if we jump into this, totally fine, y'all. Totally fine. And actually, in this one, I do believe there might be... Yes, there is a treasure pod Mark III back here. So if you're looking for your treasure pods, be sure to jump into this water, because that's where you're going to find treasure pod Mark III. Like I said, in the future, especially once we get the slime stuff going on... Oh, is that another one? No, that's a boom. Especially once you get the slime science stuff going so you can actually unlock the treasure pods, we will go and spend a whole bunch of time trying to get all the treasure pods. All right, where are we at? Okay, so now we come to an issue where it's like, I could, if I felt brave enough, I could try and float my way over there to get out of here quickly. But we're not going to be brave. We're going to be smart. So we're going to jump across this way. Let's see, there's a treasure pod Mark II down there. Plus, this will also let me show you a little bit more of the map. Okay. There we go. And here we go. Okay, so this is where we grabbed the map node. All right, so now we're just above here. And what you'll see is down here, there's some angry pink booms, or Pepto-Abysmals, as we call them. And then if we jump down here, tons of honey slimes. They're great. Okay. We may be making a certain combo of slimes that we've had before. Just looking around really quickly. Oh, you know what we might do? Oh, I just had an idea. It's dangerous as heck. Would be boom hunters. Would be a very dangerous combination of slimes to have and a very difficult set to feed. Personally, I find focusing on vegetables and fruit to be the easiest way to feed your slimes effectively, but you can use chickens as well as food, which we will start growing some food. Or some chickens. I don't know if we want to really stick with that for the long haul, but as an example, we will maybe give it a shot. So, you come with me, sir. All right, the only other thing, like I was saying, that we would maybe want to find would be mint mangoes while we're out here. Any mint mangoes? If there were, they would have fallen from this little tree up here, down into the water. These pink guys probably ate them all. Yeah, looks like all the fruits and everything are gone. So, that's fine. We're going to head home. Any more booms? Let's grab a couple more booms. Because we will make... Oh, I should get some briar hens while I'm out here. You come with me. We're going to need some roostros as well. These are going to be very dangerous slimes, so I'm going to have to wait to make them until I feel 100% comfortable with them. All right, and now we're back home. So that's the teleporter that sent us home. As a reminder, that was here, okay? So what we had done is we went here into this special area, and instead of going up into this larger special area, which does have a whole lot of cool stuff in there as well, we came back around this way, and then we went up through here, okay? This area will be a little bit more smarter for us to access once we have a few more the treasure pod unlocks and things like that. Okay, so now we have a whole lot of stuff, but I have nowhere to put it all. Oh, wow. And let's look at this range exchange. A puddle slime, 5 booms, and 6 rads. This is for Victor. What's up, Victor? I love that they have the pictures. If possible, please acquire the following for a future study. My thanks. Good old Victor. Okay. And he'd give you odd onions, oka-okas, hens, roostros. I mean, it's not a bad return. Okay. So, how are we doing on food over here? You know what? I'm going to go ahead and feed these guys these oka-okas, because they are taking up space in my inventory, and I need to just kind of get rid of some things. Let's get rid of the briar hens real quick. And what we might do is we'll put a corral here once we can. So let's sell some plorts. And I really need to get that the Q-berry tree garden, that plot, upgraded, because it is not producing fast enough to feed our slimes. And I'm going to have to go get some, like, wild poco fruits or something to feed them. And that's always what you got to be doing. You always got to be upgrading everything. Got to be spending all that money. Oh, wow. I'm looking at the time, and actually, we're kind of reaching the end of things here. I don't think we're going to be getting to the 10,000 that I wanted to get to in order to get the slime science open. It was maybe a bold goal to have, but we did get access to some new slimes. We have these guys over here that we're going to need a name for. They are definitely hungry. Let me go see if I can find some pogo fruits. And we're going to create a combination of slimes that I don't think I've ever been, I was going to say brave enough, but really foolish enough to make these boom hunters. It's a dumb combination of slimes to try and make. They're going to be very difficult to take care of. They're going to be really rude. They're going to cause all kinds of explosions and things. It's going to be a headache, but that's fine. We'll deal with it. Okay. Here we go. Tons of pogo fruits. Let's use these to feed our slimes. Now, like I said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to probably end the episode here. So what did we learn about today? We learned about the range exchange. We learned about the moss blankets. We got there. Hunter slimes. Difference between the slime sea and some water. A couple of things. Not a whole lot. Kind of working forward. And that's really what I want this series to feel like. I don't want it to feel like every episode is necessarily about like, oh, and now here's this lesson, and now here's that lesson. This is just, we're playing along, and I'm trying to explain everything I'm doing, so it's not just like, you go like, wait, why did you do that? Why did you buy that thing? Why did you do this thing? I want to kind of explain everything I do so that for those of y'all who are new, you can learn along. So like I said before, do please ask me your questions about the game. Ask me, any questions you might have. A lot of people in the comments, I want to say thank you to those of y'all who were helping to answer questions. Y'all really made this work really, really well for the first episode, and I want to continue that going forward. So let's keep on being awesome to one another and making these things work. I think we're going to have enough here to get the next thing going. So let's go ahead, sell these plorts. Where are we at? 42 now for these, because again, we sold a lot the day before, so the prices are going down. But we need the money, so let's go ahead and do it. Not a bad chunk of change there, y'all. Not a bad chunk of change at all. Okay. We could, instead of creating another corral, we could do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Because this is an area with a lot of wild chickens. We're going to open up the overgrowth. Okay. So we had enough money because it cost $17.95 to unlock this area. And now look at this. This is the overgrowth, okay? This area is great. There's a lot of free food, okay? You'll see that chickens just pop out of the ground. You'll see that there are pogo fruit trees. There are spots where carrots will grow. There's a lot of free base level food, okay? So what am I gonna do? We're gonna let these guys loose. Let's see what they decide to do. Let's watch them for a second. Oh, just bouncing up around each other, huh? Ah, there we go. Now they're angry. Okay. Go for those chickens, y'all. I am surprised that they're not eating. I think this guy's trying to. Give me that. There we go. I heard one. Okay. So, where's your plort? There it is. Okay. Let's make a combo here. All right. Big angry now. Big angry. Nope, nope, nope. Gotta feed them. If they're gonna be angry, they're gonna try and attack you until you feed them. There we go. Now he's happy. And now we got hunter plorts and boom plorts. So these guys, do these guys have a name? These guys do not have a name. We need a name for these guys too. So we got these adorable, completely difficult to take care of hunter boom combos. And we also have the crystal phosphor combos. I'm gonna just leave them there. This is what we kind of refer to as like free ranging, where you just let slimes take over an area and just like run freely. And so what we'll probably end up doing is we'll, fill some of these with corrals and silos and things where we can store stuff up, and then we just kind of like let them eat off of the wild chickens and stuff, and then come around and pick up plorts whenever we can. It's not the most efficient way of doing things, but it can work for some things, and until we get a nice corral setup for those guys going, that'll probably be the best bet that we've got. So y'all, with all of that, thank you all for watching. If you liked what you saw, please be sure to give this video a like, a favorite, subscribe to the channel. Next episode, we will focus a bit on just trying to make some money off of all the slimes that we have. Shouldn't take too long. You saw there that with a nice big full days worth and food's worth of stuff from the phosphor crystals. We got 1,000 something plorts, or 2,000, almost 2,000 new bucks. So really not that bad. Let's go ahead and throw some of these Q berries in here. Let's get some more of this stuff going. But yeah, with all that, thank you all so much for watching. Again, leave your questions down below. Ask whatever you want. And ultimately, let's continue to have a fun time. Oh, and finally, for those of y'all who are asking about my other Slime Rancher series, those will be continuing. I merely keep running into issues that basically ever since they brought out the new update, they keep on bringing out smaller updates to the game. And every time they bring out a small update, it breaks the mod I'm using to try and build levels for that series. So it's causing me a little bit of headache trying to do that. But I figure soon they'll probably stop with the small bug fixes and everything like that, and I should be able to finally start building levels and whatnot. Oh, and we got a letter from Ogden Ortiz, so we will have to read that in the next episode. With that, y'all, I will see y'all next time.